A Pickle for the Knowing Ones by Lord Timothy Dexter. A Pickle for the Knowing Ones by Lord Timothy Dexter. To mankind at large, the time is come, at last, the great day of rejoicing. What is that? Why, I will tell you, thous three kings is Razed. Razed Umini should know, Razed, on the first royal arch in the world. Almost, not quite, but very few up, so they are good mark to be seen. So the womans lick to see the front, and all people loves to see them, as the quackers will comb, and pee slightly, and feely glad, and say hov the dove, friend rather George A. Washington is in the centre king. Adams is at the right hand, the present king, at the left hand with his father Gorge, with his hat on the other hats of the middle king, with his sword King Adams with his cane, in grand poster and Tatowdy, turning his force towards the first king, as if there was on some politics king. Our present king, he stands hearing being younger, and very deefy, in short being one great philosopher, looks well east and west and north and south, and deefy and very deefy, the god of nature has done very much for our present king, and all our former ones. They are all good. I want them to live forever, and I believe that while it is hard to work to be a king, I say it is harder than tilling the ground. I know it is, for I find it is hard work to be a lord. I don't desire the sound, but to please the people at large. Let it go to brack the way, for it does for assortment to help a good life, to cower the sick, spleeny, gouty, dull frames, like myselfy with the gouty, and so on. Make a merry cheery Christian. It is for me, only be honest, no matter what they worship, sun, moon, or stars, or their wife, or miss if honest live forever. Money won't get thous figures so fast as I wish. I have sent to Leghorn for many. Mr. Boor is one amongst others. I sent in the Grand Krisham. Thous three kings are plain white kalau. At the present, the royal arch and figures cost £39 weight silver. The highest conketon order in the world, so it is said by the knowing one. I have only 4 lions and 1 lamb, up the spread Argel, has been up for 3 years upon the Coupole. I have 13 billows, front in Stratro for 13 states when we begun 3 in the rear 15 foot high, 4 more on the grass. See to the same hath at the right of the grand arch 2. At the left wing 15 foot high, the arch 17 foot high. My house is 3 story upwards of 290 feet round the house. Nature was formed. The ground equal to what you would wish, for the art by man equal to a Solomon, the Honourable Jonathan Jackson, one of the first in this country for a task, born a great man by nature. And then the best learning, what sought me forward for my plan, having so grand spot the whole of the world. Can't add to this, thous that don't know, would think I was like half the world. I liar. I have travel lead, good dealy, but all steady men saith it is the first, that it is the first best in this country, and others contrary. And I tell you, this is the truth, that none of you great men wodn't be affronted at my predecessors, and I spare now cost in the work. I have the tempel of reason in my guarding, 3 years past, with a town under it, or the edge of the grass. See it cost 98 guineas, beside the coffin painted, wit inside and outside touched with green Nobel trimmings. uncommon lock, so I can tack the key inside, and hay fear works in the townby papers, and tobacco, and a speaking trumpet, and a bibel, to read, and some good songs. What is a precedent? Answer a king Bonaparte. The great has as much power as a king, and ought to have it, and it is a massy, for he has the good of mankind, and he has as much power as any king. For grat ways back there will be ahead some ware, or the piopel is lost, lick willed geese, and when they louse the gander, 2-leaged want ahead. If 4-leaged both and 2-leaged fowls, in the name of the precedent, it is to please the piopel at large, and the sound shouts best now in south, give way to the north give way to the south, or by and by you will break what failures be on wise, keep the links together, and if you can't, agree consolidated to a kingly power, for you must keep together, at the worst hear it labors. Ye less see there is so many men, wants to be all the officers, and now soldiers poor king every day wants a bone some, more than others. The king can't live without the field we have had at our turn. Grat good father Adams, tourney and tourney about rest easy, and you will be pleased with the present king. Give time all I did say. But now the Magor, part 4/5 at least. Timothy Dexter. Friends, hear me to grandees. Goss up in 20 days, founder friends, I will tell the A-type of mankind. What is that? 35 or 36 years gone? A town called Newbury. All one, the United States. Newbury people kept together, quiet till the larned grewed. Strong the farmers was 12 out of 20. They wanted to have the officers in the country. And Enid in the seaport wanted to have them. Jeering arose, growled, war me fight. They would, in law, they went to the general court. To be sot of finally, they go there, e'ens answered the seaport, called Newburyport. 600 acres of land, out of 30,000 acres of good land. So much for mad piopel of Larning, makes them mad if they had kept together. They would have been the second town in the stat, about halfway of Boston. Now men mad to be in office, it hurts the piopel at large, like carrying the innocent lamb to the slaughter. Now, it were done to divide the north from the south. All one, what I have lead, down but now, keep together. It is like man and wife, in Trovlov. Now giving death brack the chain renov, brotherly. Love never fade like the box in my guarding. Be one grat famile, and give way to me. Another thou's changes in the tide, high water, and love. What high tides and broken marchants can't have breaths of prophet gone, until the ground gov to work is all that has been to colleague gov with slipers and promise to pay and never pay with a lie. I guess 4/5 is colleague land, or diva land, or pretended to be honest free mansions. But after the contrary, forgive me for guessing. I hope it is not, so the lead is for Leovs, and little fishes. Moses was a man, but Aaron they had some devil, like some self-man. But it is the same, give him power, and I say, the cloak cucment maters, the worst of cheats. We han't got only N-port. We are noted to be the first in the north. Saved day is not halfy. Enough night. Meetens it makes work for the doctors and newses, catching could, but them lives breed fast. To make up for them that dies poor creatures, I pity them. So priest ridden, it is wickard to leave poor souls in the grave. All our ministers are imported. Very good men, foul of love of Christ, I kept them amid our men at present. The young man that doth most all my carving, his work is much liked by our grat men. I felt fowny. One day I thought I would ask said young man, Hoiray. He was bone. He said now, Hoiray. What is all that? Now Hoiray was your mother. Overshadowed. It says my mother was, if I was to guess, no, I tell in now town born on the water. I says, you beat me, and so we lafed, and it shock of the spleen shove him, a crow's nest. He can carve one, a fine fellow. I shot had all marble, if anybody could give to me the price. So I have sent for 8 busts for kings and grat men, and 1 lion and 2 grey hounds, and I hope to hear in 5 days to all honest men. Timothy Dexter.